Hi, welcome back to another session in the reproduction of 10th biology. So if anyone is watching for the first time, please do subscribe the channel Smart at Bio by Prashanthi ma'am. So now we are going to see the vegetative propagation in plants, right? So vegetative propagation, vegetative propagation. So in the vegetative propagation, in the name only పేర్లోనే ఉంది మనకు ఈ vegetative parts. The reproduction are producing the new plants from the vegetative parts of the plant. This process again it is divided into two types. Vegetative propagation is divided into two types. So one is natural vegetative propagation and second one is artificial propagation. Artificial vegetative propagation. Artificial means humans are involved for the performing the process. So next one, natural vegetative propagation. In the natural vegetative propagations, so first we are going to see with the leaves. So leaves means here leaves are involving in for the producing the new plants. For leaves are involving for producing the new plants. So example is bryophyllum leaf. So from the bryophyllum, if you see the bryophyllum leaf, it will be like this. Bryophyllum. So in the bryophyllum leaf, observe here. So it contains the notches. The edges contains the notches. So this from the notch onwards, a small birds are going to grow. Small birds are going to grow, and this bird, okay, so this bird later it can grow as a individual plant. So same thing. So by the bird formation on the surface of the leaf, the leaf itself is producing the new plant from the notches, from the edges of the leaves. Okay, that is the leaf part. And next we are going to the stem modification. Means here stems are going to be involved. See, stems. So in the stems we have many examples. So in the stems, like see, stem. So stems, rhizomes, stolons, bulbs, tubers. So these all are the stem modifications only. Here stems are going to be formed as the new plant. Rhizomes, example colocasia and ginger. So here ginger and colocasia, if you see colocasia here down, it contains the knots on the surface. So from here it is going to grow as roots, and this colocasia itself it is growing as a new individual plants. So what is the seed here? The colocasia itself is a seed for the next propagation for forming the new plant. So colocasia, and even in the ginger. So ginger examples we know very well. Small piece of ginger, if you place in the soil, moist soil, and if you are cover it with the moist soil, and daily if you are watering or sprinkling water on it, so after some days definitely will get the ginger plants. So in the same way it called the colocasia also. Even stolons ante manaki jasmine, yes, jasmine. Even strawberries under స్టాలన్ కండిషన్లో మీకు ఒకటి సింపుల్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్తాను చూడండి ఇక్కడ. సో స్టాలన్స్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ నార్మల్లీ if it is a plant, a branch of the parent plant, it grows, and if it touch to the ground, it forms as a roots. Again it grows as an individual plant. So this kind of plants, these kinds of plants, if they touch the ground with the help of the knots, from the knots they can able to produce the adventitious roots. So with the help of that adventitious roots, it can able to produce the new plant. After some days, if we cut the connection between from the parent plant also, it can able to survive as an individual plants, because it already has grown the roots in the soil. So that is an example of stolons. And bulbs, you know very well, onion, right? Onion. So onion, we know very well, down the root itself is going to grow as a bulb-like structure, means all the food material is going to stored in the roots only. Next to tubers. Tubers means potato. Okay, potato. So here bulbs are leaf modifications and the tubers are stem modifications. So this is all about the one part. So first we completed leaves, then stem. Rhizomes, stolons, bulbs and tubers, even roots. See, roots example, carrot, beetroot, radish. Okay, radish. These all are the examples of vegetative propagation, natural vegetative propagation. So after that we are going to see the artificial vegetative propagations. In the artificial vegetative propagations, again we are following three types of methods. So in the three types of methods, see, take this screenshot, all of you. Next we are going to the artificial propagation. Artificial propagation. In the artificial propagation, first method is cutting. Okay, so artificial propagation, first cutting method. So this in the cutting method, very simple cutting method. So we are taking a potted plant. So this potted plant is having many leaves. So here the potted plant with a small bud. So this part is a small bud. So we are cutting the part of the plant, part of the branch which contains a bud. Okay, which contains a bud. This part we are going to put in another pot with the soil, here. Now there is a bud here. After some days, now daily sprinkle the water in the second pot. So here in the cutting process, we have taken a potted plant. From the potted plant, a branch. So a branch which contains the bud, small bud. Why we are taking the bud containing branch here? Because we can able to examine the plant, either it is alive or dead, only because of that bud growth. When the bud is growing as the leaves, definitely we can say the plant is survived. So here the branch of the leaf we are putting in another soil which is also there in the pot. Daily we are sprinkling water on it, and at the same time, not only water, even sunlight also should be provided. After some days, definitely this also grow as a individual plant. This simple process, maximum we follow this cutting method for rose. Okay, so here rose, even jasmine. Okay, so that is about the cutting process. Next we will go to the layering process. So layering process. In the layering process, name only, we are layering the part of the plant with the soil. Okay, so the plant which contains here, layering. So layering, we are taking example as a nerium. Okay, so in this layering process, here it is a plant. Okay, it is the plant. So one branch of the plant we are going to be taken into the soil. So this is the soil surface. So this part we are going to be kept inside the soil, and that we are covering with the soil. So మనం లేయర్ని సాయిల్ని కొంచెం సపరేట్ చేసి దాంట్ లోపల నుంచి ఆ బ్రాంచ్ని పోనిచ్చి పైన సాయిల్తో కవర్ చేస్తున్నాం, మాయిస్ట్ సాయిల్తో కవర్ చేసిన తర్వాత అగైన్ ఇక్కడ కూడా మనకి ఏంటంటే సో ఇట్ షుడ్ కంటైన్స్ ద బర్డ్ ఫార్మేషన్. ఓకే, సో ఆఫ్టర్ సమ్ డేస్ డెఫినెట్గా ఇక్కడ ఏముంటాయి, నాచెస్ ఉంటాయి. ద నీరియం ప్లాంట్ని మీరు అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తే, సో నీరియం ప్లాంట్ అంటే మనం గన్నేరు చెట్లు అంటాం. సో ఆ గన్నేరు చెట్టు పైన మనం కొమ్మల పైన ఇట్లా ఒక లైన్స్ లాగా కనిపిస్తాయి. ఆ లైన్స్ని ఏమంటామంటే నోట్స్ అని, నోట్స్. సో ఫ్రమ్ దిస్ నోట్స్ ఆన్వర్డ్స్ adventitious roots are going to grow. Adventitious roots formed from the nodes, and when the adventitious roots formed, automatically growth takes place, and if we remove the connection also, it can grow as an individual plant by the simple layering method. Simple layering అంటే ఏం లేదు, సో ఒక బ్రాంచ్ ఆఫ్ ది పార్ట్ని తీసుకుని ఒక కొమ్మ తీసుకొని సాయిల్ మనం డిగ్ చేసి దాంట్ లోపల నుంచి పోనిచ్చి పైన మళ్ళీ మట్టి వేస్తున్నాం. సో ఆ సాయిల్ వేసేసిన తర్వాత వీఆర్ సప్లయింగ్ వాటర్ ఫర్ దట్. దెన్ ఆఫ్టర్ సమ్ డేస్ వీ కెన్ ఏబుల్ టు సీ ద కంప్లీట్ growth of the plant. So this is one kind of vegetative propagation. So here this part is going to grow as a individual new plant. By the process is known as layer, example nerium. Next we are going to see another important propagation is grafting. So grafting method, so take this screenshot. Grafting method, very important method. Grafting method, why very important? Because if you want to get a desired character in plants, desired characters means, సో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఫ్రూట్స్ విషయంకి వస్తే, సో మనకు ఫ్రూట్స్ ఎలా ఉండాలి, డెఫినెట్గా ద సీడ్ షుడ్ బి లెస్ అండ్ ద సైజ్ షుడ్ బి బిగ్. అవునా, సో మనం ఏదైనా ఫ్రూట్ తినాలనుకుంటే అది పెద్దగా ఉండాలి, స్వీట్గా ఉండాలి, సీడ్స్ తక్కువ ఉండాలి. సో అలాంటి ఒక 2 క్యారెక్టర్స్ని తీసుకొని, సో టేస్టీ అండ్ బిగ్ సైజ్డ్ ఫ్రూట్. సో వన్ ప్లాంట్ ఈస్ హ్యావింగ్ వన్ క్యారెక్టర్, దట్ ఈస్ వెరీ స్వీట్, బట్ its size is very small. So one plant is producing the same fruit but without taste but big size. So here if we combine these two plants, for example I will show here, see. So what is the third method is grafting. Okay, grafting method. So here already one plant is there in the soil with roots. So that part, so the part which is there in the soil, this portion will say as a stalk. Okay, next plant is combining with the branch, right? This portion is known as scion. These two plants, for example it is one plant and it is one plant. These 2 plants are going to be tightly packed with a thread, so strong nylon thread, and above the thread we are covering with a polythene cover. So we are going to be surrounded with the polythene cover. అంటే సో 2 చెట్ల పైనుంచి కిందకి ఒక స్టెమ్ని అటాచ్ చేసిన తర్వాత దానిపైనుంచి థ్రెడ్తో గట్టిగా కట్టేసాం. థ్రెడ్ నుంచి కట్టిన తర్వాత దానిపైనుంచి పాలిథిన్ కవర్ని కూడా చుడుతున్నాం, సో దట్ ఇట్ కెన్ ఏబుల్ టు బైండ్ టైట్లీ. సో ఆటోమేటిక్గా కొన్ని రోజుల తర్వాత ఏమవుతుంది, లోపల ఉన్న 2 టిష్యూస్ జాయిన్ అవుతాయి. సో గ్రోత్ టిష్యూస్ ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు బీ combined with one plant with another plant. When two plants are going to be combining, automatically their characters also mixing. So their characters also mixing, and finally we are going to get our desired plant. So here this method we are going to follow in the mangoes, citrus fruits. Okay, citrus fruits like oranges. Okay, so this method is grafting method, very simple method. So here we are taking two characters containing plants. So one is already in the with roots, that part of the plant is known as stalk, and the part of the plant which does not contain roots is known as scion. So these two parts are going to be jointed tightly with the help of the thread and the polythene cover. After some days we can able to see the attachment of one plant, and that is producing the new fruits, so new characteristic fruits, so that the farmer wants. So mainly maximum used method is grafting. So that is about the vegetative propagation, right? If you do vegetative propagation, grafting methods and examples also very important. So next we are going to see the sexual reproduction. So keep watching, don't miss the entire topic. If you did not understand anything, please comment, and if you like the session, please like, share and subscribe with your friends. Okay, keep watching. I'll be back with the new session.